Hello and welcome back to Songs of Six, baby. When we last left off, our little hamlet of globalist lizard people have started taking over this little cove here. And things are going well. Everyone's super optimistic, including me, which is nice. We're starting day one of winter of our first year. And we're pretty far south, so it's still fairly warm. We also have a hearth here, so really shouldn't be much of an issue. We've got some basic social services up, little temple. We're trying to very slowly funnel everyone to a single religion. That'll take some time. We have a public speaker sharing the news. Looks like it's I don't remember him from the initial group, so he must be one of the new immigrants. Zakidi Sothar. He wants for nothing but the eventual demise in your above world, but has heard someone desire these things. Interesting. I assume that's some sort of religious propaganda. Okay, so he's a follower of Shmalor. So he's like a worshiper of the dark. So we have like a Satanist as our town crier. In practical news, they would like some torches to see. We're not really too worried about that right now. Yeah, more religious rambling, and they want clothes. He's fairly old at 53. Oh, it's a lady. Her general health is excellent. And, yeah. Ooh, this is interesting. The plight of others that have little in common with her are far from her mind. So she's like straight up evil, called lazy by fellow Amevians behind her back, which makes sense why she's like a talking head. Thinks they might be right, but haven't wanted to put the effort into thinking about it. So almost smart enough to self-reflect. She does not care much about the opinions of others. She has roots from Kuriger, is not enlisted in the army. Okay, interesting. So you get little bits of the people. You could get similar glimpses into everyone's minds. I think they have like their personalities have slight effects on how much they work or how efficient they are versus how much they fuck around. But you don't really notice it, to be honest. That's way too micro for what we're going through in the game, and that's okay. Definitely adds a lot of flavor. It's fun to stop every now and then. And also, if you pick a few people who you know where they're going to be, like we know she's the only speaker, so she'll be here most of the time, you can check up on her and see how she's doing. You know what changes there are. We have Kiss, who is delivering goods. He's also one of the new immigrants. Is as happy as they can be on land, but has the following suggestions. He also wants everyone wants torches and homes. Age 6. He's reliable. He's a reliable 6-year-old. Strongly believes that mingling with other species only causes Amavia's harm. So we have a racist 6-year-old that fights dirty and to keep away from her in the streets. I feel like they've really improved these lines since I last played. She has immigrated, originated from the village of Iris. Okay. Frequently has dreams about falling from great heights, me as well. Is greatly comforted by them and lingers suspiciously long near edges. So we have a suicidal, racist 6-year-old who will kick you in the balls in a fight. Damn, this game's fucking great, baby. Okay, so we haven't really done anything yet. We've been on pause this whole time, just kind of dicking around. We'll put it on normal speed, which is still very slow. Should have probably been doing that this whole time. Yeah, and right now we just have people steadily coming in. Basically, everybody's working as either a in the fishery or in the pig pasture. A few civil servants and a couple of odd jobbers who they do a lot of the building. So really, we just want more odd jobbers to come in. We're gonna wait out this winter and try to figure out our next project. Eventually, we would like a vegetable farm, but honestly, we get so much from foraging. It clearly lasts the year, so we're gonna put that off for at least another full year. Our wood stores are okay. I believe it's probably time for our first industry. So one thing we could do is build a tailor. We won't really be able to make clothes until late summer, which is when we can forage again. And then we'll need to forage cotton to the south. And we can use that to start a cotton farm. And then we can use that cotton to build clothes. So it's definitely a bit of a process, but that's not too bad. Alternatively, we could start a carpenter to build some furniture for more advanced. Actually, I think we need to do that first because the tailor needs furniture. Let's see here. Luckily, we don't need a mass grave yet. Everyone's so they're maxed happiness, so we're not going to build a house yet. We're going to wait until it starts to go down to give people something to boost their spirits when they're feeling low. Okay. Yeah, so I guess step one is going to be a carpenter. We could do pottery, but I'm not really interested in that. I don't think that's going to be our export of choice. So there's a fair bit of lumber to the north, where we've been getting it from, as well as further to the north. Besides that, it is pretty sparse. So I think alongside a carpet, so normally, if I was in a map with a lot of wood, I would just cut this shit down, raise the land, irrevocably damage the local ecosystem. But we don't really have that luxury with how little wood we have. Eventually we can just import for it, but we don't really have anything to export. I guess we have fish. But I think for now, the move is to make a woodcutter. Let's see. It's a huge woodcutter right there. So we're going to need to increase the size a bit. We'll come out, which side do we want to come out on? We'll have some little auxiliary buildings on the side here to increase efficiency. Oop, I was looking at the wrong thing. So one of those and then a very tiny one should max us out at 100% there. And then we want some storage, because storage is always good to have. You can seemingly put that anywhere, which is nice. Oh, it's going to take furniture, though. Of course it will. Well, that's okay. Here's what we're going to do. We don't need a ton of storage. Maxed amount reached. Okay. So they're not going to be able to complete this because they don't have... They need about 5 times more stone and, yeah, and a lot of furniture. But we can get it started. And then in the meantime, everything that's not that, we will fell. So this will be our new source of wood. And then simultaneously, we begin working on the carpenter. Okay. And so, ideally, the goal is to keep all these related industries close together to reduce travel time. You can also build roads eventually to help with that, but we're not really too worried. Or you could have a system of depots that various warehouses fetch from. But for now, we're just going to build things close together. I'm going to start with this little... I'll make it kind of a fun shape instead of having a bunch of boring shapes. A bunch of rectangles. Something like that. And we will shrink this little bit. No. Ooh. Yes, like that. Okay, we'll place some doors. The 3 doorways, and then we'll do one in the middle. We want our workbenches. So these are the main things that decide how many workers you're gonna be allowed. We're gonna make this one fairly large. And then we'll have some auxiliary stations here to increase the efficiency. Do something like this. This one can be storage. Sure. Okay, so that's going to take quite a bit of wood and quite a bit of stone as well. The foundation is a heavy room and relies on its foundation. I guess the foundation seems fine. I don't know. And we want it to be made out of... Oh, they are already made out of mud. Fantastic. Perfect. So we have our laborers primarily felling trees right now. Then they'll start working on this carpenter construction. They'll clear out the area fairly quickly, bring all the wood. We need stone. We have almost no stone. Let's find some stone. The best way is just to make a big like search field, and it'll click all the stones and have them go for it. But okay. So we're also hitting the point where our consumption is approaching our production rate. So we do want to keep an eye on that. We could probably get another like 10 more people before it's maxed out, and at that point we need to dedicate more people to food. Luckily we have, you know, several years of food already stored up, so it's not too much of a problem. And we'll get another big boost come late summer. Okay, I think we're going to speed this up a bit. It's just going to take a while for all this to go on. I hope you have a good trip in Portland, though, baby. I'm going to miss you for the week. Today, it is Monday, day after tomorrow's recording. I will probably be doing this. God, they made everything look so good now. I don't know if I just don't remember it being so having like so many little effects on the world, but it looks really nice now. We're going through, just started day 2 of winter, still chopping wood primarily. So something that's happened is our wood stores have filled up. And they'll start taking some of it to the carpenter, and then I guess just the carpenter right now. But the main thing we need to do is just increase our allowance So we are maxed out on crates as well. So if we wanted to store more materials, we'd have to change this allocation or build a new warehouse, and that's okay. It's good to have many warehouses for specialized in different things. This is just kind of a general starter warehouse right now. We will probably convert it to a full fish warehouse, maybe a full fish and wood warehouse soon. Look at these guys getting to work though. Oh, he's dirty. Oh, he's wrathful. Had to think hard to come up with these things you could do better besides thinking the whole dry land beneath the waves. I feel like some of this is nonsense, but that's okay. She strongly believes that mingling with dry people can only hurt the Amavean cause. God, for being so into equality and like, like people being free, they really don't like anybody else. We have our dudes fishing over here. I guess we're gonna speed things up a bit. But this should be plenty of wood for these coming projects. Oh, we can already see we're losing at least a day of food. That's not really worrisome, but more people are showing up, which is good. Hopefully we can rush this out and then very quickly start another fishery. I think the move is also to cancel some of these jobs that aren't being worked on yet. We have enough wood. This will save a bunch of time. And yeah, we can already see some of those woodcutters are moving to clearing, working on, I guess it is cleared out for the carpenter. Just working on building the mud walls, so that's nice. Must be chilly in the water for those fishermen, but they're still going at it. Got little bits of snow. But everyone's still generally happy. Immigrants are flooding in. Everyone is, feeling vitalized by the cause. That's cool. I'm curious. Oh yeah, already most people are worshiping Arthuri. I feel like that has changed dramatically too. Like they have converted a lot quicker, but I don't know. That's cool. I wonder if the town speaker is still a Shmalor worshiper. God, the names are so silly in this game. Okay, so they are having to clear out the carpenter workshop. Slightly concerned about our food. It seems to be starting to waver at around 23, 24, which is still 2 years, so not bad for having just started out. We're going to speed things up a little bit more here. This will show us all the completed rooms we've done, which is basically everything since we've started. So what's going on? I think they're gathering stones mostly. Yeah, clearing rocks, that's good. We need that. I think we'll need quite a bit more rocks cleared than what they're already doing. Let's see. Oh, that's many rocks right there. We're gonna cancel. It's too many rocks. We found the stone patch we want, though. Yeah, so we'll just come through here, clear all these out, and that should hopefully be enough. Do another speed up. Yeah, so we have 15 odd jobbers, which is exactly what you want to do these like kind of large construction projects. You want a lot of manpower you can just throw at it. And then when you're building up your stores, you want them to be, you know, generally fishing for us, working on the farm, whatever you're going to have them doing. So I think we almost have enough stone to finish for what we need for the woodcutter. And then we'll need quite a bit more for the carpenter. It's okay. Are they up here? Oh, yeah, look, mass group of them going up to clear stones. It's perfect. We have hit 40 residents, and it looks like our food is going down quite rapidly. We're basically breaking even, which means with rot, we are losing a good bit of food. That is ultimately okay. We're so close to finishing up this carpenter. We're gonna do that, and then throw everybody onto another fishery. Still, people keep showing up, which is nice. Did they get all the stones? It looks like they did. We need just a few more. There. And then while they're doing that, let's work on this next fishery. So I want to keep this one also close to the coast. Right on top. So that's 31 fishermen. So this is already twice the size of the last one. So this should last us for a while. We'll throw in the auxiliaries to keep it efficient. Okay, I hope my mic cut out that burp. I'm not even going to go back and check. So you can see that with larger structures, you need more furniture to make it work at full capacity. And that's okay. We'll do something like this, and then we'll throw some storage. Okay. And that's going to take quite a bit of wood, but we have it ready to go, so this should not take us long. Look at that packed food stall. These people living the life. They're getting right on it, which we love to see. They've also finished the stone for the carpenter workshop, so most people are hanging out in here. Shet, which is an incredible name. Where'd he go? Come here, Shet. I want to see what Shet is thinking. Wants for nothing, but the eventual demise in your above world. Oh, it pains me to say this, but I do not feel like I can trust my fellow citizens anymore. We need more guards. That's too bad. We're not doing that yet. He's a best friend who lives in the northeast part of the city, as does everybody else. Amazing. We'll speed up a little bit more to finish up this carpenter's workshop. Oh, they left this one guy to finish the last of it. What a hero. There it is. So we don't want it maxed out to 18 people right now because we don't really have that much workforce. We need them fishing. But we'll start with 8, and they're working on furniture. That's incredible. Oh, and then we have a mass group of people working on the fishery. You love seeing your projects going well. A lot of times it's tempting to try to have multiple things going on, and everyone's so split up and inefficient that just nothing gets done, and it becomes a massive stall. So especially early on, it's really good to focus on what you want to do. I thought someone was knocking at my door, but they were not. A little bit of time has passed. It's day 2 of spring. We've almost finished our second fishery with plenty of time to spare. And we're feeling good. The carpenter's workshop is, they're working away. Look at them. Busy little bees. So that is a slight problem because we have no more rations, and instead we'll put furniture. Okay. We don't have that much wood on us, so we'll do another furniture. Okay, I think things are set for a second. We'll just let them finish up this fishery. I paused up because I thought someone was knocking at the door, but it turns out they were not. So I'm excited for we can get this woodcutter going on. That's sort of the short long-term goal, or I guess the long short-term goal. And the thing about the carpenter's workshop is it is also consuming wood. So you can see here that it is it's eating about 15 and a quarter wood a day and shooting out a little under 4 furniture. That's okay. What's this guy doing? He's placing the first bit of furniture down. Well, everyone's taking naps in the communal hall. Maybe it is time to make some homes soon, our first row. So let's do a little planning. Where would I like that to be? I think it'd be nice. Most of our people are working in the fisheries, or soon will be. So it's probably best to house them. And you have a couple of options for housing, if I remember how it works. Yeah, you can do a house, which can be an apartment, a house, or a longhouse, and that just, I believe, all it determines is how many people can live in each one, and it has nothing to do with happiness. So you might as well just always make a longhouse because it takes the least amount of space. So the longhouse is actually a set distance, but you can just do this. We're gonna, I did not want to do that. I'm gonna cancel I was just trying to show off. We're canceling these. Cancel jobs. But unlike most things, the longhouse is a set size. Let's try to figure out. I think it'd be nice to have kind of like neighborhoods that make sort of cul-de-sacs facing around a sort of a similar setup here with like some civil services. So they live close to their neighborhood, and each neighborhood has a hearth and a well and eventually a lavatory and a food stall. We don't really need to worry about that right now since we're so close to the original. Perhaps we'll build it around here. It'll also serve the pig farmers. So it's 10 per, so if we do 5, we house everybody. Let's start with 2 for now. They still like living in mud. I just want to put it somewhere fun. I guess we'll do it sort of like this. We'll do 2 for now to start them out. Let's speed things up a bit and let's see how it plays out here. So I didn't realize that our original fishery wasn't nearly at full capacity. And now it is. So our food supplies should explode here, which is going to help with our immigration. I think we're also going to authorize up to 75. And let things play a little further. This is a great game to, take a second to eat a little pizza, drink a little beer, watch the storm roll through over your city. We can see our food production has skyrocketed. It's also about to turn into summer here, which means we will forage soon. So I would love to get that cotton this season, but I don't know that we have the storage space for it. I imagine we can do something like this, though. And throw these fibers in. And then we can set forage down here. So they'll come get all this vegetation. When it is late summer in 2.5 days. So we can see we're actually down 20. We're 20 people short of all the roles we have available right now. So we're gonna drop this down a bit. Making more food than we need. And let's kick it back into fast forward. Yeah, you can see once you don't have enough workers, the things like even simple building projects are going to slow to a crawl. But that's okay, they're almost there. And we're about to hit our first milestone at 50 citizens. There it is. A new level has been bestowed upon your name, Amir. And Amarir is a rightful ruler of a land. God, the names in this. Amarir. As such, we can now conduct trade with our neighbors. So now we can import and export. So if we're producing a lot of fish that we're worried about it's not being able to eat because it's going to go bad, we can trade that for other things. We're not too worried about engaging with that right now. We're still kind of getting on our own feet. But it's good to have. Oh, not while I'm eating pizza. You may not know it, but we, Jared the First of Mist Ice, are not only the mightiest of rulers, but also the most generous. Here, sharing some of my treasure. So they want to give us a little bit of money and a bunch of fish. And I'm gonna say okay for that one. If I'm remembering correctly, the smart thing is to not accept these because it's gonna bloat your economy and possibly indebt you to these people. But I'm not really worried about it right now. I want that fish. Okay, and also now that we have a sizable Amevian population, I think it is also time to bring in a secondary workforce. And I think we're going to do that in the form of Cretonians. These are the pig people who are good at farming. They're they're looking to get along. You know, they're not trying to cause any trouble, and that sounds perfect to us. It's going to cause an immediate slight bump to our people's happiness, but they will get over it. And it'll also benefit us for this upcoming cotton farm and eventually in the vegetable farm eventually. So we have our first Cretonian. I believe we'll see him coming on the edge of the map right here. Oh, you ugly motherfucker. Grimfaldra Cowlin. The plantation is suffering from a lack of homes. Okay, first thing, we don't call it a plantation here. Morosely tells you of several things harshing their vibes. Goddamn, she just shows up and starts complaining. Nobody is happy about the torches. They want clothes. You know what Cretonians like. I have no idea what Cretonians like. Oh, this is a man. Okay, my bad. I cannot gender anybody correctly in this game. Believes the most important thing in life is honor. While the neighbors proudly display their furnishings and walk around in fancy clothes, Grimfaldra never brags and never shows off. Used to hide under the bed while other kids fought as a child. Originates from a region in Tupio. Can whistle impressively well through her nose. Wait. I thought I saw his. I guess it's just. Oh no. I can't read. I just can't read, is the problem. Grimfaldra is a lady. Okay, but we have our first Cretonian. We also have our first set of homes coming up. Construction's almost complete, so this number is going to drop from negative 50 homeless to negative 40, and then soon negative 30, so that'll help. Food continues to go up. What is this? Oh, this is the person dropping off the fish that we got. Very cool. Okay, and so to get more Kryptonians, we have to keep Grimfaldra happy. So it seems like it's finally time to put some torches in. Is that decorations? Torch. So you want to put them where people are mostly hanging out, which is going to be this little outside area. I feel like they're giant. I didn't really make space for these in my city layout. It's a little unfortunate. We'll just have them going down the middle of the road. So it's 4. Okay. Do one over here. Do a bigger one. And I think that should make them pretty happy. We have our first house done, and it's already being occupied by... It's got a couple of fishermen and herders like I expected, but a few carpenters have taken residence, including Mr. Shet. Where's Shet at? Oh, I think he's my favorite so far. Actually, I like the evil... Yeah, I like Zakiti. She's my favorite. Just straight up like a fucking monster in this little peaceful village. Spreading the news. Checks out. Dude, most of her fellow residents are homeless, and she's already like, oh, wouldn't some cut stone furniture be so nice? She wants to drown the world, and she's gonna be real happy about these torches soon. Yeah, so we have a massive number of fish right here. I like that you can hear them all snoring if you zoom in while they're sleeping. We're about halfway through the woodcutter's construction. Halfway through making the furniture we need. We have maxed out on fish, so we're gonna wanna figure out a way to up this. We don't have any livestock. And our wood stores are low. Oh, it's almost time for the harvest. One more day. I think what we're gonna do actually is have some more temporary laborers. Okay, that's perfect. And let's speed up time a bit. Apparently, our Crotonians are happy enough because we have a second one immigrating in. That's great, just in time to help with the harvest in 12 hours. Now, we definitely want to have enough people around to help with that because it's going to be a bit of a mad rush. They do have, it looks like about 3 times, maybe 4 times the trek it takes to get to the vegetables, so that will take some time. And they will also be picking the vegetables as well. So we're going to allow them to keep fishing, but pretty soon we're going to cut all the fishery off just for a few days. We can see here, though, that people are working hard to store these tribute fish we were given. Which honestly means we're going to... There's a way to just pause it. How does it go? I don't know. But we're going to do this. We'll keep a skeleton crew on. Honestly, no. Everyone off the fishery. We have so many fish. We have years of food. It's going to rot. Let's use this opportunity instead of letting this just rot in the warehouse. Let's have a massive influx to our workforce. How many hours do we have before... Okay, so we're going to build... I believe, yeah, you can copy like that. We're going to build one more home. Wish you could do them at more of an angle. We're actually going to do 2 more homes. And that will have most everyone housed. Worst case scenario is the 2 Crotonians jump in, because I don't believe any of the species will share lodging. And I mean, you've seen how racist a 6-year-old Amavian is. There's no way they're gonna sleep in the same place with a pig person. I mean, God, just look at them. Alright, so hopefully they'll get these 2 done before it is the harvest, and I think they should. Should at least get close. I'm a little worried about it now. It's all the way cleared. It's almost all the way cleared. The construction should go quick. They have a few more hours. Yeah, it's going up super quick. People are starting to take naps and hang out, though. I guess they're excited for the harvest, too. Generally a good time of year. There it is. Let's see. Hopefully they are... Looks like we have our first group going to the vegetables. We've finished up this house. So it looks like they're going to finish this house and then probably send another group to the vegetables. Should make quick work of them, though. Looks like most everyone's out of the vegetable patches. It's a little worrisome. It's still early in day 3 of summer, though. I think what we're gonna do is halt a fair number of this year's vegetable harvest, just to make sure that we get the cotton. I think I saw a shed out here, my boy. Dirkethus. These names are fucking... These poor lizard people. Oh, then we got Scourge One Eye. Okay, this guy's fucking awesome. Happily thanks you for trying to make their stay on land bearable. Okay, he's grateful. He wants more shrines to a minion. Not gonna happen. We're working on more homes. He wants to eat more. We got food out the ass, dude. You eat as much as you want. He dreams of glory on the field of battle. Let us conquer, let us smash. A minion is by our side. He's 73, so we better fucking hurry up. Favors flight over fight. That's so funny. He wants to die in battle, but he's scared. He spends a lot of time with his friend Gamker. He wants to be a judge. This man's kind of all over the place. He sounds a little insufferable. Okay, it's still early in day 3, and we're most of the way through the vegetable harvest. That's amazing. This house is almost finished, so these guys will pretty quickly join the harvest. And let's see. Doesn't look like anyone's made their way to the cotton yet, but we'll see that on this map when they do. Yeah, and as soon as the vegetables are done, they're making their way down to the cotton. We have a few who are almost over there, and they should be able to pick all of this no problem. It's probably nice getting to spend time on a different part of the coast. A little day excursion away from the hamlet. You can see a couple of people making the most of it. Our boy Dirkeithus over here. Scourge as well. Not above taking a dip. And it has taken only a day to get all the cotton, which is fantastic. That means we want to send them back to the vegetables. We're gonna forage over here. Try to get the rest of these, because why not? And then we're moving on to making a cotton farm. Very good soil over here. We love that. So the best soil's up here. We have huge swaths of good soil. This is fantastic. This will be our agricultural sector. I don't know how much cotton we're gonna have. We can get a little rough estimate here. 1325. Got a big file. Looks like we'll have about 150, assuming they've taken some already. So we'll make it about that size. Do our cotton farm. It's also fun to have it in kind of an oblong shape. It needs 33. We're gonna go much bigger than that. We'll do it down this way. Needs 52 cotton. We'll do it bigger than that. Oh, that's too. That's the thing. It's so easy to go from like too big, or from too small to ginormous. 83. Okay, that's quite the large cotton field. 10 farmers. We'll bring another Cartonian in. Speaking of, but yeah, I think that'll do us. I think that's about the size we're looking for. Yeah, so it's been a very successful harvest. And it looks like we already have people going back to finish up the vegetables. Gonna go ahead and auto-authorize some Kryptonians. There's like about 10 of them to be working the fields. And it looks like we have mostly foraged all that patch, which is nice. Okay. So they should pretty quickly be able to set up this cotton farm. At the same time, we're approaching the end of the woodcutter. I think it's a good time to throw some more carpenters in here. We have a huge workforce of 30 people, since no one's really fishing. No one is fishing. We only want to do that for another day or two, though, because that fish will start to spoil, even though we have a huge amount of it. I'm not looking at immediate collapse because we have so many vegetables, but it's not great. These guys all going out, hanging out in the town. Hell yeah. Got some dudes going to church, hanging out at the fire, warming up. I don't really know where the Kryptonians have been hanging out. Here they are. Oh, they're. I don't know how I feel about them working the pig pastures. This guy, Denim Reigns. Mentions constantly feeling stressed in your sanctuary. That's too bad, buddy. We're not changing it for you. Okay, something we're experiencing right now is this cotton that we have picked is too far away to be picked up. So what we want is a hauler, fetches a designated resource and hauls it to a location. The temperature is also rising to extreme levels. That won't be a problem. Increase carry capacity. So we want to make a hauler. I forget how it works. Do I build the hauler where it comes back to? Fetches a designated resource and hauls it to a location. So I believe, or what I can do is this actually. This warehouse has a max range. Which I guess it already is. Oh, wait. Okay, so the warehouse should be in a range of picking up this cotton. Yeah, so they should be able to pick up the cotton, no problem. What are you doing? Fetching resources. Yeah, there they go. We got a whole line of laborers. It's a good way to start autumn, though, doing a little harvest or a little planting for next year. So eventually I can build some roads, and that'll pretty quickly speed up how fast they can move from place to place. They really can't carry very much at a time, but that's okay. They'll pick up what we need. Looks like this is the last of the first group coming out. They've gotten most of it, but there's still a decent bit left. Let's see if they bring it straight back to the warehouse or to the cotton farm. God, I think it's so cool you can like zoom in and see what they're doing, follow them. It's like watching ants. And it looks like they're going straight to the cotton farm. Yep. I think we're gonna go ahead and up to 15 Crotonians. They don't seem to upset the Amevians too bad. Oh, and everyone's skinny dipping in the fishery. Also about to have the woodcutter complete. I think once we have the cotton farm done, we'll have it fully manned, and then we will fully man the woodcutter, and then everybody else will go to the fishery, and then we'll spend some time uh, upping our immigration rate because things are going pretty well. Oh, so close to the woodcutter being done. Come on, one more. Oh yeah, all these people working for one piece of furniture. Come on. There it is. So the actual construction should be pretty quick. I think this cotton farm's just about done. It is. One more little piece of work, and there it is. Okay, sickness. A subject of yours has become sick. Sickness is tied to your subject's health. In the early game, there's not much you can do about this, and so we won't. Except for keeping the city clean. So right now we're not too worried about it. We'll see what the sickness is. Does it tell me who is sick? Don't think it does. Oh, here we go. Being sick. Currently ill with vision fever. This rarely fatal disease will inflict fevers and terrible visions upon its victims. While the contents of the visions is unknown due to the afflicted being mostly incoherent, those with enough strength left to... Come on. Those with enough strength left to move will seek out shrines and temples. Well, he's pretty close to a temple right here. It's a short jaunt away, so that's good for him. We have the cotton farm almost fully manned. And we have almost completely constructed the woodcutter hut. So we're doing really well right now. We're also starting to get a surplus of furniture, which is nice. It'll make constructing our next industry building much quicker. We won't have to wait for them to build every single piece. They'll just have it ready to go. Room is poorly insulated. I think if I made another wall, it would make it better insulated. Oh, I think it's also how many doors I have. It's okay. Okay, let's hurry up and finish this up. Last little bit. Welcome, another leader's reaching out to us. Jolly War the Second, the great nation of Windstar. Esteemed colleague Bob, I am Jolly War the Second, the great nation of Windstar. Perhaps you've heard of me. Here's some free stuff. 200 ore. And quite a fat stack of money. We are going to take it. That's quite a bit of money. And then we also need to make room for the ore. I think it's about time to make another warehouse, and we're going to do it. We're gonna make one just for the wood and furniture. So we'll do that over here. No. Make it just a little larger. Okay. And we'll do that. And that means we can dump all the wood stores that we have here for other things. We're gonna need that pretty soon. Ooh. We're also gonna need space for ores. I think we're gonna need at least 2, unfortunately. Probably more, but we'll get that soon. Okay, and the woodcutter's shop is starting to fill up, so we should get some wood soon. That is fantastic. It's also time to start filling folks back at the fishery. Luckily, they're working on, okay, a new level of fame has been bestowed. Amarir, and Amarir is a chosen one destined to lead his peoples to greatness. In order to secure future growth, we must turn to our ingenuity. So we have unlocked research now, which we're not going to immediately do, but we're going to start doing very soon. That will allow us things like it'll allow us ways to make our food spoil slower, or various industries more effective, or whole new branches of things we can do. So that's pretty exciting. In the meantime, we're going to let these guys finish up. Slows down rapidly once everyone starts the new job. I need one more thing for... Okay, that's all the ore. That'll be fine. It's taking them forever to clear these trees. Another Kryptonian. We need all the help we can get right now. And very soon we want to switch people over to fish, because I'm very worried about the spoilage. So we've let the Kryptonians come up to 20, nearly a third of the Amaveans, or a quarter of the whole city. But it all seems to be pretty harmonious. Everything seems to be fine. Love the help. How much wood are we producing a day? 110. That's quite a bit of wood. Let's lower that. No, we don't want to stop. They're almost done. And now we can allow this first specialized warehouse. Be all furniture and wood. It's probably going to want to be mostly wood. Fantastic. And that means that we can now go to this warehouse. Take away all the furniture. We already don't have any wood. Throw in some more fish. And then whatever else we need. Okay. I think we'll build one more set of homes. That keeps mostly everybody, housed, which is nice. Jesus, they have torches, now they want upgrades. The Kryptonians aren't super happy about the limited diet, but they get vegetables, so they should be fine. So let's see here. So the carpenter needs 40 wood a day. We're producing 72. Love it. We have 25 folk. Let's get them employed in the fisheries. I think we're going to finish up this last home here and call it a day. We've made pretty good progress. I forget exactly how many people we started with, but we have ballooned up to 93. We need to actually, let's make sure our current food production rate continues to rise, because we're eating more than we're making. It seems like it will, though. Yeah, should be no problem there. We also have several more workers that we could throw on it as soon as we need. So I think next time the goals are going to be to use some of this cotton that we're producing. We can get a vegetable farm going. So that way we can have year-round vegetables as we grow, because this little patch is not going to continue to feed us for the entire year. Although it seems like it probably could for at least one more. We might want to begin to start exporting some of this furniture. We're making quite a bit. That's very nice. And we have research we need to get to, which is going to open up a whole world of possibilities for us. Our food production is still quite low, but that's okay. Like I said, we have our forage in summer, and we can always just flood the fishery with more people. Let's watch them finish up this last home. It shouldn't take too long with 8 odd jobbers, assuming they don't dilly-dally too bad. We have 2 sick currently. Who do we have here? Sick with vision fever. I can't remember if that's the same guy. Ill with vision fever. Well, that's okay. They'll get better. It can take quite a while for people to be sick in this game and get better. And sometimes they will. We're 2 years through and we've had no deaths, knock on wood. That's pretty good so far. I mean, really all that would do it to us, since we have our food underway and we have hearths and wells, no one's going to, overheat or starve to death. We don't have any mines, so no one's working like super dangerous jobs. And we don't really have any crime yet, so there's no muggings, no fights. It's going good. Going very good. I love that full warehouse. We have this ore. We should probably set up a depot, because we're not going to be able to. Is it rot? I don't know if ore rots. I don't know. I don't think we're going to be able to process that ore though, so we might as well trade it for something. And ideally, we'll trade it for something that's not just stockpiling wealth, something that is difficult for us to produce that we need immediately. Like I said, last episode, we don't want to attract the attention of our neighbors. I mean, honestly, taking 15,000 is probably a bad idea, but it can also allow us to kickstart something here soon. This video is quite long, an hour and 20 minutes. That's okay. This house is still not finished. We got one guy working on it. And there it is. So they'll move in soon. Let's check on someone that we know before we head out. Oh, there's so many people in the village now, it's hard to recognize anyone. Let's see. Twinklebottom. Where's Shet? Where's that evil lady? I don't recognize any of these people. This guy's name is Serum. That's pretty cool. Ah, Scourge. Good old Scourge, one eye. Happily thanks me. They want to eat more still. Dreams of glory. Our justice system needs attention. Couldn't you allow us a bit more alcohol, Scourge? I hear you. I'm going to work on that too. I'm not going to deny someone of alcohol. The Kryptonians still don't have housing. I wonder, is it set to not allow them? I don't think so. I believe anyone can live in it. Yeah, they just aren't picking it up. That's okay. As soon as there's no more lizard people, it seems like only the, well, no, there's a couple of lizard people that are homeless, but we're working on it. Don't think any pig people are living in here now. Okay. Well, we're gonna call it here for the episode. Starting through winter, everything's going great. One more thing we need to worry about for the future is all of these buildings have a little degradation percentage, and since they're all new, it hasn't happened yet. But eventually we need to build, I believe it is a janitor. School, university. Yes, it's a janitor. And so someone will actually be in charge of upkeep of all these buildings. But yeah, I really like how things are coming along so far. I mean, all this is new. All this is new. All this is new. So, I hope you have a good trip in Portland, baby. I love you so much, and I will talk to you tomorrow.